I find myself now, like when I have I don't know, like something bothering me, like my brain starts trying to turn it into a joke.
Yeah, that's
Like there's
a good coping mechanism.
gotta be something humorous in here. Like, I don't know, just whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like I had a friend that died, and he was the only guy that ever ghosted me.
So shit, I was half expecting a hot chick to show up here today from your Facebook profile. You've been
Who, me?
yeah, playing
that was
around.
a Snapchat filter.
Yeah, playing around with this filter.
I was thinking that would be a good way to talk to chicks because they would think I was a girl.
Oh,
because it's like it's something where
Trojan horse.
If a guy talks to a girl, she's gonna think he's trying to marry her, which he would be doing. Yeah. But like if a chick can talk to her, she's not like, oh, it's a chick just being a just friend, and then do the switcheroo.
Oh yes. Oh,
that's why having like a wing girl would be something to try.
Yeah, a wing girl.
Like to talk to that chick for me, and then say, hey, that guy's cool, because chicks trust the opinions of other chicks when it comes to dudes.
Yeah,
this was not a new thing. This was on Friends.
Oh yeah,
you know, Rachel, when Ross wasn't single, that's when Rachel noticed him. But when he was single, it's like a single guy's like, no one likes him. Chicks don't like him. So, but if a guy has a chick, that's when the chicks start liking him.
Yeah. Have you considered a wedding ring?
For me?
Yeah, because that's the trick, right?
Oh, yeah.
You wear a wedding ring around.
The thing is, I don't want to like downright lie, but it seems like that's what you got. You got to be kind of deceptive and
I
don't want to downright lie.
Flip-flop genders a little here and there. Fuck.
Yeah, because it's not like I wouldn't say that I'm a chick.
Yeah,
but that was just a Snapchat filter. I don't think I look like that in real. I can't do that in real life.
No, not enough makeup.
That was a good filter though.
Yeah, it was covered the beard and everything.
It even does they used to have ones and they didn't have animation. Like you can actually film a video as a girl.
Oh yeah, it used to be just a still picture. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I haven't played around with filters in a while. Somebody's doing an OnlyFans with just filters, right? There's got to be a dude making money off of other dudes pretending to be a chick.
Yeah, but it doesn't do I tried to take a picture with my shirt off and it didn't add anything.
No, just left you hairy.
It was still a man's torso.
Ah, damn. If only the technology could catch up.
I'm sure it will eventually.
We could all be out there looking like we have great racks.
Yeah. They said I got good compliments. I'm very hot as a girl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Good compliments.
Okay.
And the thing is, I've learned that a transgender, the sexual orientation doesn't change. So I'd technically be a lesbian.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when someone changes genders, it's not that their sexual orientation changes along with it.
Yeah.
They stay the same sexual orientation. It's quite interesting. A man to woman, when they're a woman, unless they change their sexual orientation, they're still going to like women.
Yeah. Oh, man. So much details get into it.
Yeah, and then there's polyamory, and it's like, I'm still trying to do the monogamous thing. It's like,
yeah. That's ideal
these days, it's like,
for me at least.
Like, that's how I'm still, but it seems like those other things make it much more confusing.
I bet. I had a buddy who had a 5-way relationship he was in. It was 3 guys and 2 women, and most of them fucked.
Yeah, it's like I was about 10 years ago. I found myself in this was during the early pioneer days. I found myself in a trouble.
That polyamory pioneer days.
Yeah, it's like I was in this class and there was a girl in there, and one day she was sad, and I know she liked elephants, so I showed her a picture of an elephant, and I wasn't trying to
get them.
I wasn't trying to get her to like me. I just, and then because she had a dude, but that dude was becoming a woman.
Okay.
And she didn't like women in that way.
Gotcha.
So next thing I knew, I'm in I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but I was in a polyamorous trouble. See, I didn't have to do. Okay. See, the relationships are separate. Like I was in a relationship with her, and she was still in a relationship with what would have been her ex-boyfriend, but he was still around.
Okay.
But she didn't.
Did he make the full transition?
No. I think he was in the he might be by now. I don't know. I kind of, we didn't work out because she had it was ironic that one of the major issues that she had, what our issues was, she had extreme jealousy issues, like to the point where, like, if I looked at another girl, like, say, I'll give you an example. I was in a racetrack parking lot with her, and it was during the middle of summer, and a chick walked by that was, like, scantily clad, and she's like, look at that skank. So I looked at that skank, and then I'm looking at another girl. And she didn't have a serious issue with that, and anything like that.
Damn, even though she told you to look at that skank.
Yeah.
All you did was look at that skank.
Well, she's had a whole nother... But I guess it's okay if, like... That's the whole thing about polyamory. As long as they know about it and they're all cool with it.
Okay.
That's
a weird thing, to be jealous and also be in a polyamorous relationship.
And, like, it wasn't like I was being in a relationship with a whole nother person. It would be unsafe to drive. Because if, say, a woman walked into my field of vision, I can't look.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Yeah, and it was to the point where, like, I couldn't, I had to close my eyes during, like, a race. Say if we were watching a movie. I had to close my eyes. And one of the movies was, have you ever seen Anomalisa? The stop-motion animation movie?
No.
You just see it's a really good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about this motivational speaker that has this time where he thinks everybody's dull and bland. They have this monotone voice, and then he goes to this hotel thing where he's doing a conference or like a thing, and he meets some fans of his. One of those was a girl that was just a normal, like, call center worker, but she was an anomaly. They call her Anomalisa. Okay. And there's a racy scene in that, and during that scene, she made me like, this is a stop motion animation movie. Later, I watched Anomalisa in its entirety.
Okay, good.
It was a really good movie, though.
You caught back up.
Yeah, but I missed that scene the first time I watched it.
Was it a good scene?
It was all right. And when I saw it in the theaters, it was me, her, and there was like two guys. That was the only people in the theaters. And when I was closing my eyes, she was laughing. And it was. Then I finally realized when I saw it. So I would highly recommend that movie. It's a great movie.
Okay.
It's an hour and a half long stop motion animation movie, and those take a long time to do. If this was stop motion, you know how long it would take to edit this? If we were like clay?
Yeah.
Yeah, this would take forever.
Are you left-handed?
Yes.
Oh, shit, me too.
I'm a lefty. 1 in 10 people are left-handed.
Yeah, I've heard. Not many of us out there. And then how many of us get reprogrammed?
Yeah, that's something that, like, when they teach kids to not be left-handed, they try to force them to be right-handed. I don't think they should do that.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
And something about left-handeds have some, like, creative thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Or so they tell us.
And then smeared ink when you're writing.
Oh, I hate the smeared ink. Yeah. It's such a pain. And how about
notebooks are set up?
Spiral notebooks?
Yeah.
Do you ever get the marks on your hand from the spiral itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate that shit.
It was a pain. Everything's made. All things are made for left-handers.
Mm-hmm. Scissors? I don't know.
But I use scissors with my right hand, though. I'm right-handed. I'm ambidextrous, really? Sort of. I do some things.
There is a lot of things I do
have a slight
right-handed.
advantage in T-ball.
Oh, being lefty?
Yeah, because when you're batting that way, you're closer to first base.
Oh.
By a step.
Interesting. I'd never thought of that.
I quit T-ball.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Long time ago?
Yeah, I quit in this. I think it was second year. I was 7 years old.
Okay.
I was bored out of my mind in the outfield, and I threw down my glove. I was like, "Why am I here?" Because I didn't want to. It was boring, and I didn't see the point.
Yeah.
I waited in the parking lot for my mom to pick me up. And I quit T-ball mid-game.
Damn! Look at you.
Because I was like, "This is not me."
Yeah.
It's like corporate indoctrination. Like they have, like, you know how they have the local businesses.
Oh yeah, they sponsor your team.
And it's like, this is just teaching us to conform.
Yeah.
Follow rules.
I've never been a team. I was homeschooled, so I didn't do any of like the school team sport stuff. But I've never done.
Yeah, I never liked it.
A team sport, and I've heard people be like, "Oh, if I'm hiring somebody, they have to have been in a team sport, so I know they're a team player."
Yeah.
Sounds like you just want sheeple.
Yeah, that's it. That's how the military is.
Yeah.
It breaks people down into form as one to not think for themselves.
Yeah.
It's a thing like they want people to be normal.
Yes, normal.
I don't like being normal.
Yeah.
But they have to be normal to some extent because there's certain things that are like rules are in place for a reason, I guess. Like our parking here.
Yeah.
If you just park in the middle of the street, so it'd probably cause a problem. Some rules are all right.
Yeah, I like a little bit of rules, just enough to keep us going.
Yeah,
that's all we need.
I mean, I think the intent of the rules is, but throughout history, rules have been changed and broken, and people that were once thought to be like Jesus.
Yes, another long-haired fellow.
Yes.
Has anyone ever tried to get you to cut your hair for a job?
No.
No?
Well, not for a job. It was a thing where no, it hasn't happened. I think they're more accepting of that these days.
Oh yeah.
I had short hair for a long time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
About 10 years ago, I stopped cutting my hair. And I did cut it once, and I regretted it. Like, it was just on a whim. I grew it back.
Yeah. Did you go all the way back to short?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm never cutting my hair ever. Well, at this point, I'm not planning to cut my hair ever again.
I think I'm right there with you. It's been... I started growing it when I was 15. I'm 32 now, so 17 years. I had a little bit of a trim like 12 years ago. I think that's it.
I started growing it. I did a time where I was growing it and cutting it for about 5 years, but ever since about when I started, I think when I was 20 is when I started growing my hair.
Yeah.
And then I always cut it, but then when I was like 25 or so, I just grew it all the way out, and then I cut it once, and then I grew it back again. And now I'm never going to cut it again.
Fuck yeah. Don't support those barbers.
Yeah. Barber. Like, not even, I don't know about maintenance. And I use shampoo, body wash, and conditioner all in the same bottle. I hear you're supposed to use separate.
I use the Head and Shoulders, the 2-in-1, whatever, because I get the fucking terrible dandruff.
Do you need to, you're supposed to use separate? Right.
Yeah, I've heard that. But then again, I get a lot of women that compliment me on my hair.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you do with it? Like,
yeah, I've had that happen before.
Yeah. Look, have you had women ask you for your hair? Like, let me get that for a weave?
No, I haven't.
I've had quite a few women ask me if they can have my hair when I'm done with it.
What do you say?
I usually say get in line. Because so many people have asked.
It's like, what is it, Samson? Cut your hair, you lose your strength.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I won't be funny at all anymore. I'm barely funny as it is. Fucking cut my hair. Oh, thanks. I wasn't fishing for a compliment, but
that's the thing. I notice when I'm seeing comedy, it's like I don't really laugh.
No?
But I do think stuff is funny because I think it's a characteristic of the disorder formerly known as Asperger's syndrome.
Oh, yeah. What's it known as now?
It's just part of the autistic spectrum.
Oh, okay.
High functioning.
Gotcha. They just
and ever since I started just saying this is what, cause I've never been formally diagnosed, but once I just started being outward I have what's formerly known as Asperger's syndrome, people would say, yeah, I just thought you were autistic, but I wasn't going to say anything. They thought it was maybe insulting, but it's not, because there's many advantages.
There's a local comic who's got a joke I'm pretty jealous of. It's something along the lines of, I'm gonna butcher it. It's I'm worried that I'm special and everyone's just too nice to tell me, or something like that.
That's how I thought for a long time.
Yeah, I've definitely had moments in my life like that. It's like, man, I definitely just am not functioning like other people would function right now.
It would be a thing where I would catch wind that someone said something about me behind my back, and then it got back to me, and that's how I see it. But if they had but when I had a time when someone said, "Are you Asperger's?" And
they did.
She wouldn't. Oh, we didn't make eye contact. But then I was like, she has Asperger's as well, so she understands.
Oh, okay.
So that's why she asked. It works a lot better if people understand it instead of just, because sometimes it's like you trying to fight against it to try and not be trying to be normal. It's just too. It's better to just say I have a disorder formerly known as Asperger's syndrome.
Yeah. I mean, that's the great thing about comedy too, is you can be weird on stage, and it's totally
many of the
acceptable.
characteristics of it make it good for comedy, such as not understanding sarcasm and not getting jokes, not having a sense of humor. Great for comedy.
Fucking winner right there.
Yeah, but it seems like it wouldn't be, but it's that's where dark humor, dry, deadpan humor can originate from.
Yeah, I mean, that's
saying
my
something
shit. Well, I definitely want to ask you about like your overall comedic influences, but do you like? Are you into British comedy?
Yes.
Me too.
I like the British Office, and I always like Mr. Bean.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bean. Did you watch his? He did a Netflix show recently. It was kind of like a short series.
I need to see it.
It's
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, Rowan. It was just him fucking with this bee for like 6 episodes.
Nice.
Like this bee is just tormenting him.
I might have seen a little bit of that.
Yeah, I watched the first.
I think they're really good, and he doesn't really talk.
No, not much.
And when he does say something, it's very. There's only a few episodes of the Mr. Bean show.
Is there?
Yeah, it's like that's how a lot of British shows are. There's only like 13 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I love that about
over and over again.
So, what's your overall like comedic influences?
I noticed like when I would have people say like you're like this guy, and I was like I kind of be like this because I don't want to steal from some guy.
Oh,
like I'm similar. But I think I am. That's the thing I like. I think I do have comedic influences, but I don't want to be them. But I am sort of like them. But my favorite comedian is George Carlin.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, Carlin did a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, but I don't want to steal any of his jokes. That is the thing. If you start watching somebody, you might accidentally. That does happen a lot.
Yeah.
And there's also that thing. Have you ever had a thing where you come up with a joke and you think you came up with it, but it's someone else's joke?
Oh yeah. Like locally or like a famous
overall.
person? Overall, yeah. I've definitely I had a joke where somebody I did the joke and somebody told me immediately afterwards that was their joke and they were totally right. I completely forgot they had a joke.
Sometimes you might even hear something and you don't know if you thought it or you heard it.
Oh yeah.
And there's having an independent thought separate of someone else and still having the same thought. That happens a lot, and not even just with comedy, just with thinking some novel concept and someone's already thought it.
Yeah.
Or said it. I think that happens a lot where some people might claim to, like Christopher Columbus discovering America.
Yeah.
Like someone might claim to have done something, but someone else actually did.
And
sometimes because like for example, stuffed crust pizza, I came up with that long before Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Fucking are you fucking collecting the check?
No, not collecting checks, but Pizza Hut got it. You know? I thought of that idea long before Pizza Hut did it, but I was just a little kid.
Yeah.
So they didn't
stealing little kids' stuffed crust ideas.
They stole it from me.
Yeah. Have you ever delivered pizza?
No.
Have you been?
No? I've done Uber Eats and DoorDash and those type of things, but never actually was a Hungry Howie's delivery pizza guy.
Gotcha. I did Domino's for 4.5 years, and then West Shore Pizza for 3.5 years.
See that is a good. I saw there's the meme about like chicks should go for the pizza delivery guy because they know 2 things about him. He has a job, a car. Actually, 3 things. He has a job, he has a car, and he has pizza.
It's true. What else do you need in life?
Yeah.
Or out of a partner?
A job, a car, and pizza.
Shit, I mean, I'm into a woman if all she has is pizza. I'll take it.
I noticed when it's hard to like do the thing where like I know the very existence of dating apps exist for the reason of like or the sort of unnatural thing of like trying to date someone you don't really know. But like if it's someone like say if someone's a coworker and you or naturally know or someone who just happens to be there for a long time, that's what happens for a lot of people, I think. But I think there is something of trying to date someone the very existence of the dating app would be to date someone that you barely know and like see if you can date them.
That's so tough.
But the dating apps, it's like 15 years ago, I actually got on, they weren't called apps back then, it was dating websites. Oh, yeah.
Did you do what, Plenty of Fish?
Yeah, Plenty of Fish. I talked to actual chicks and they actually, it was that chick that actually met me in person and went on dates with me.
Wow.
Even someone as weird as me. And it actually worked. But nowadays it's like, I've been on a lot of them for the past like 4 years and haven't met one of them. And sometimes every now and then they'll talk and it seems like they might, but then they just ghost. Like I didn't even know the term ghosting until I tried to date.
Oh, really?
I thought ghosting was like to be around someone and talk to them, like haunt them. But it's the opposite of that. It's the opposite of that.
Yeah, the exact opposite of that.
Ghosting occurs a lot, and I read some statistics and that women ghost a lot more than men do.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
and
the
reason behind it is women are less. They want to avoid like a confrontational, like they want to avoid like a hard, like, hey, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
They would just disappear instead.
They don't want to say it definitively.
Yeah, and I think it's probably like not a good thing to ghost, but I can see why they would do it sometimes. But it's like, I think it would be better to say, hey, because they don't want to have that thing like, hey, I don't want to ever see you ever again or talk to you ever again.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you don't know that, it's kind of, because sometimes what if they were just busy? What if they were, because it's hard to tell. Like, am I being ghosted or not?
Yeah, you got to wonder for like a couple days.
Yeah. And there's like, what's the point at which you know? And then
I think by, I don't know, I'll just come up with a number. Like a full work week. I think by like 5 days, that's officially ghosting, I would say.
But sometimes it's like, and there's a thing like, they can't be that busy.
No.
Or even if they were busy, it's like, hey, I'm blah, 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 this is why I'm not talking blah, blah, blah. But I'll talk to you then, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But usually it's not like that.
Yeah, I'm usually, if there's someone communicating with me on a dating app, and it's been a while now, thank goodness. Fucking, it's so miserable on there. I hate it.
I hate the date. So, and the thing on the dating apps is the thing that has a lot of them nowadays. It's like they'll put their Instagram on their profile.
There we go.
And the naive would think, oh, add the person on Instagram. Hi, I saw you on this dating app. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They never see it and they never respond, and they're just getting another follower. So I try.
Oh, yep.
So I think that's because I'll see a chick on there. She'll have her Instagram on there, and I'll go to Instagram, add them. Hi, I saw you on this dating app. Blah blah blah. They never see the message, and they'll never respond. And then I look at what they're posting on Instagram. It's with the dude that they're now with, but they were still on that dating app.
Yeah.
And then they'll have a time of woe when that dude isn't there. They're like, hi, but they still would never see it. So it's like, next thing you know, you have like your feed is full of all these chicks that are woeful that their guy isn't there for them. Yeah. Well, it's like, hello, but they're completely oblivious.
Yeah.
So I thought if I was to use a dating app is to, if they do link their Instagram or something on their profile, to not, because that's a big red flag thing. I read like online dating red flags. One is they ask you for money, of course. Two is if they want you to quickly, even if they're talking, want you to quickly go to a different app.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's WhatsApp.
Oh yeah, I don't fuck with WhatsApp at all.
They always turn out to be like a scam or catfish.
Yeah. Those WhatsAppers. Well, I had to delete it from my phone because I just got so many random people that that message. It's like, hey Jim, I just want to get these files to you. Get back at me. It's like from Susan.
Yeah, there's all these classic ones like the one, hi, is this what's his face? I met you on Tinder, and then when you say, no, I think you have the wrong person, but like, oh, but he's. But what about you? What's your name? It's like this is not. It's always like the same form of message from many. This is probably gonna be a scam.
Yeah. Fucking hundreds of thousands of women aren't sending out messages like these.
And it was this one happens on Facebook dating a lot. It's this Chinese chick or Asian women that she'll have these like very nice pictures and stuff, and then she'll actually talk to me first. And she's always a restaurant manager in Miami. There must be a lot of Chinese restaurants in Miami, and they moved to the United States 2 months ago. I would probably get one up right now. Yeah. Every 5 minutes and then have a new one to talk to. And then then it's like, I was thinking, the naive would think, well, maybe one day or during a weekend I'll drive down to Miami and go on a date with my Chinese wife, not wife, but my Chinese
future wife,
Lynn, and don a parasol and go through the park. But I don't think they're real.
No.
But there are actual. I know of a guy that he has an actual Chinese chick that he met on a dating app, not a Facebook date. I think he met her on Tinder.
Okay. Was it a green card marriage?
I don't know.
I knew a guy way back in the day who did a green card marriage. I don't know how it worked out now, but
I've seen that. And then when there's ads for something, I think this is But the thing is, I saw it's like a YouTube, some sort of ad that plays before videos. It's like, date a young Slavic woman, and like they're very polite and good women to date. But like, how does this like what do we pay? It's like the mail order brides.
Yeah, once money's involved, it feels like a different thing altogether. Yeah, dating apps, they're so depressing. Just filtering through people, just swiping.
Yeah, the whole swipe thing is like, I think many. I think there exists at least one, if not two women that would date me.
Yeah,
but they at least would, but aren't for reasons other than not being handsome enough. It's just like because didn't appear at the right X time, or like they're over there on the. It's like
just timing.
It's a big, and I've heard of this thing. It's called choice paralysis. Too many choices. Like if there's like if there's 10 or like 20 or however many dudes just as handsome as Brad Pitt talking to this chick, what are the chances she's going to choose this Brad Pitt?
That's true.
So it's not. It might not even have to do with anything about being handsome.
It's. I have no hope. My only hope is that eventually some woman will approach me at a comedy show and be like, "Oh, you're so funny. Here's my number."
See, I've had that happen before, but they're usually married.
Oh, really?
Because that's another thing is like, I think like see if a chick saw Steve from Blue's Clues like shopping in Publix. Hey, it's Steve from Blue's Clues. I love you, Steve. See, that she's probably not thinking, what if Steve has a husband already? What if Steve is already married? She's not thinking that. She's like, I don't think they think they might.
Oh yeah, that doesn't interesting. Maybe that doesn't factor into women choosing mates. Yeah,
women have a lot easier time when it is to like going up to it. That should be encouraged more. Is women being initiators of talking to men.
I'm all for it.
Because
it's tough, man. It's such an unfair world.
It's very unfair.
I think I've got this theory. It all kind of equals out to zero, though. All the pleasure and all the pain in the world, all the injustice and all the justice. It kind of it's all zero in the end.
The yin and yang.
Yes.
I agree with that because my Dungeons and Dragons. I did Dungeons and Dragons alignment test. You should do it. Yeah? I'll show you. It's like you answer a bunch of questions and it says like there's chaotic neutral.
Mm-hmm. That's actually
good. I am true neutral.
True neutral?
Yeah.
Chaotic neutral is my running title for my eventual comedy special.
The chaotic neutral is like said to be a lunatic.
Yeah.
When in Dungeons and Dragons, and it makes sense if you think about definitely I'm true neutral because it's finding like the problem with true neutral is that it's like it's hard to pick a side. You're very gray, but you don't have to have strong.
Very Switzerland about things.
It's like you look at both sides of the coin. You don't adhere to like one thing that's like I'm going this way, all for this thing, but I am going probably for being true neutral. Ironically, but maybe not.
Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
I have not. I play a lot of. I've never had like a group of people to play it with. But I have. I played a bunch of games that use Dungeons and Dragons rule set, like Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh yeah.
And Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate was great. Did you ever play
Torment?
Which one?
Planescape Torment.
Planescape.
That's a very good story.
Familiar. Huh. How about Neverwinter Nights?
Yeah, I played that a little bit. Yeah,
yeah, I did a little of that too.
Played on PC when I was on PC. I never played the other ones.
How about RuneScape? Did you ever get
never played it.
Never?
I spent money, but I did spend many, many, many hours of my late teens and early 20s playing EverQuest.
EverQuest, okay.
Way too much.
Yeah. I never got into it. All my time went to RuneScape.
Yeah, those MMOs, it's like you're either doing it or you're not. It's in same with World of Warcraft. But EverQuest was like, it was basically lived in Norath.
I remember EverQuest being the first game where people were like, you can make money, like real money by like selling your accounts and stuff.
Yes, or selling gold.
Selling gold?
And that was platinum. Or selling items.
Yeah, that was my dream for a while. Like, maybe one day I'll be able to just play video games and sell off my characters.
But then it's kind of exploited. And there's like the Chinese gold farmers. on World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it can't compete.
Yeah.
I can't work for fucking 2 cents an hour.
The cost of virtual items that have real money value for virtual.
Oh, yeah. It all led us to NFTs. So you've been in Winter Haven your whole life?
Except for I lived in Tampa for like a year when I went to USF.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
And then I lived in Nashville for like 6 months. I was like stay with a friend up there for like 6 months.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I lived like in Nashville. I was driving Lyft in Nashville.
Whenever I go out of town, I do shipped grocery delivery. It's nice to be able to just go somewhere, hang out for a while, and keep working.
Yeah, see some interesting places when you do the ride share.
Oh yeah. What's the furthest you've gone with a trip?
Well, it was from like I think it was from Juanita to almost Marco Island on one trip. It was like almost 3 hours.
Damn. That's
like, paid $90.
Okay.
Then I had to drive back, but
oh yeah, that's always the tough part. Fucking how far you go, and then not getting paid for the time on the way back.
Yeah, and then Lyft and Uber's very because you got to consider gas, and then it's like and your car's probably gonna have something go wrong with it. More drive on it. It's very hard to tell how much money you're actually making.
Oh yeah, I try not to think about it too hard sometimes.
Yeah, because sometimes you get a trip that's really like a $3 trip. Like this is a waste of time, but then the next one will be good. It seems to balance out.
Yeah, it all balances
out.
It
was hard to have the discipline to do that as a full-time job because I need to be working, but I don't have to. I probably would do better on a set thing where I should be working, but I'm not.
Yeah, I did that a lot when I was first starting Shipped.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times I just fucking wasn't dedicated.
Yeah, you have to have that self-discipline.
There's Malaki. Milicky.
I had a similar experience. He talked about that where a guy since he's a famous guy, he'll have people come up to him that doesn't know, say you're that famous guy, and it was this guy that was a guy that would have an F-150 and a Guy Harvey shirt, that kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
Usually not our types.
Yeah. And
I think the same guy did the same exact thing he did to him, and he talked about it. I think it was the same one.
Really?
He kind of startled me. It's ah! But
then a guy approached you?
Yeah. But it was cool.
Shit.
It was cool. He had saw my comedy. I think it was the same one that approached him. He talked about he was startled him at first. But he was just saying hey, I like your comedy.
Damn.
I think it was the same one that did it to him.
Yeah.
Same as that guy.
That's pretty sweet. People coming up to you on the street to tell you they like what you do.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm a famous celebrity.
Yeah. Fucking.
I'm sitting next to the Miles Neff.
The Miles Neff. That's me.
Yeah. And he didn't ghost me.
No.
See, if this was a date, we probably would have not. This probably wouldn't be happening. You would probably ghost me, and then I'd be all sad right now.
Oh yeah, you'd just be standing on the sidewalk waiting.
See, a date is don't necessarily. That's just an appointment. That's just a time to meet somewhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but that's what usually it kind of.
This is true.
Sometimes it can imply that, but sometimes they understand. Say if you ask a girl, "Do you want to do this at this time?" I think they kind of know.
Yes. You'd
that it's that's a date. Even if you don't say it's a date.
There was a Seinfeld episode about that. Elaine had a guy who kept asking her to do stuff, but wouldn't say it was a date. I just finished watching Seinfeld.
I love Seinfeld.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was my first time watching through the whole series. Yeah, it was really good.
Very good.
What's your favorite season?
That's hard to decide. But my favorite character is George Costanza.
Yeah. He's real good.
Yeah.
He's a real piece of work.
He's my favorite character.
Yeah.
Seinfeld himself is not why I watched. I do like Seinfeld, but I watched it for George Costanza.
Yeah.
The main reason.
Seinfeld's probably the least interesting character.
Yeah, he is the least, but I still like him. But if it was just him, I probably wouldn't watch it.
No.
I like George Costanza.
Yeah. Costanza. Kramer's great too. Elaine's got her moments.
She did pretty good. I think it's a hard thing. I think I would pray, like, when it comes to chicks being funny,
Yeah.
they should be praised for being funny. Not that I don't want to be like
women aren't funny
because it's, but I also don't want to be like pretty good for a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't want to have that mentality.
Oh.
But I think it is something where it's like chicks aren't, because comedians are usually dudes.
Yeah.
So chicks that are funny, but I don't want to be like oh, you're good, you did good for a woman.
Well, I think the stand-up community, or maybe just the art form of stand-up in general, has been so male-dominated.
Well, a lot of things have been male-dominated throughout history, and like to the point where a woman would write a good novel and use a male pen name so she would get some respect, which I think is kind of. See, I would want to be supportive of women being able to be women and not like against that old idea.
Yeah,
because they did that they would pretend they were women. Like a lot of the female writers, like back in the olden days.
Yeah,
they would be like they were men, and that's how they got their works published. Yeah. Which I think is
pseudonyms.
I think it's very unfair.
And man, imagine winning an award and you don't even get to tell people it was you.
I'm sure that a lot of, I think, good art and stuff doesn't get recognized, or probably is recognized for the wrong person that didn't actually do it.
And then most artists, like most of the classical artists, weren't even highly regarded while they were alive.
Yeah, it's after they're dead.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's many, many great like works, like creative works that were much better. Like the Mona Lisa is probably there's probably a much better paintings than the Mona Lisa that are just never got seen.
I was thinking the other night about the Library of Alexandria, how much fucking cool shit was in there that we never get to see.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool shit that's never be seen and never known of.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff, like I'm not saying that like it's necessarily bad, but some of the stuff that is popular and really considered widely, this is good. It's kind of arbitrary of like, why is this good compared to this other thing that's not as good? Because like the mass appeal of something doesn't necessarily mean it's good.
Oh, for sure. I'd say most of pop culture at this point is not good.
Just because someone's a celebrity doesn't mean they're good.
The churning out of pop cultural media, it's just so repetitive.
Yeah.
It even like songs I hear nowadays.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to most new things.
Yeah, I don't. Aside from what I hear like in a grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's some news or something going on, I heard there was I started noticing people wearing masks. And apparently there was a pandemic.
Yeah.
And if there's something big enough, I'll hear about it.
Yeah.
I don't really. And the reason I don't watch the news, or like I noticed when I did watch the news, the first thing I hear is 3-year-old was beaten and murdered to death.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe I could have gone. Maybe because ignorance is bliss a lot of times. Maybe I could have not known about that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really affect my life any, but it's kind of like, man, that's pretty sad.
Oh yeah, it definitely it's a downer for the day.
Because right now, as we speak, someone is getting brutally murdered right now. But we're happy right now.
Yeah, we're just hanging out in the back seat with AC running.
All over the world, and someone's dying a horrible death.
Not
somewhere somewhere else, someone's in a horrible situation. They're being beaten to death right now as we speak.
Yeah.
This is something I'm not trying to steal from George Carlin. Right now, someone's getting ready to kill themselves. Right now, is about to be shooting themselves in the head or hanging themselves right now as we speak.
But it just happened. There's another.
But we're just not thinking about that most of the time.
Just chilling. That's why I consume so much comedy.
Yeah.
It's just fucking keep those happy feelings up.
And that's why I think it's, because some people think it's like if you joke about something that's like a serious issue, it's like you don't give a shit about, or like I'm like making light of situations, even if it is something that's we should be sad about. But it's like I think it's a good coping mechanism.
Oh yeah, for sure. I find myself now, like when I have like something bothering me, like my brain starts trying to turn it into a joke.
Yeah, that's
like
that's a good coping mechanism.
Gotta be something humorous in here. Like, I don't know, just whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like I had a friend that died, and he was the only guy that ever ghosted me.
Ah.
It's like, you shouldn't laugh at that. That's my friend died. But see, he was the type of person that was all for, like, we had a pact that whoever died first, we'd get to cut up the other person's corpse and shoot the pieces out of a potato launcher. No. I never got to do that.
Damn, dude.
And it's like, I cringe when I read his obituary. It's like, he was a great fellow that loved music and his family. And I'm thinking, like, show some respect for this guy. Let's write him a true obituary.
Yeah.
Like, it's like all like, be respectful and stuff. But it's like, should respect his. But I'm glad they like, this was before Metallica was like Stranger Things. You know, when Stranger Things kind of ruined Metallica.
I've kind of got that vibe. I didn't watch that part of Stranger Things.
He would be rolling in his grave. But before that became where Metallica was cool to everybody now, when it was sort of like still cool to like Metallica. I'm not cool to like Metallica, where it was still
underground.
Not really underground, but where it wasn't so like every 4-year-old or every like 12-year-old likes Metallica. Yeah. Well, it's where it's Metallica. I don't know, but his favorite band was Metallica, and they buried him in a Metallica shirt.
Nice.
At least they did that for him.
Have you ever tried that joke on stage?
What joke?
The my friend died. He's the only guy.
I should try it. I was gonna talk about him more often because he was a friend of mine that he was like the guy around to talk to, and I kind of realized that after he died, that's when I had this feeling that I kind of wanted to find a significant other, and he was kind of like my wife.
Oh, you lost your man wife.
Yeah, I didn't like. He was uglier than me, and I didn't like him in that way. But he was kind of because before then I didn't have this like feeling of that I wanted to have a wives person.
Yes,
but then it's like when I try to do this, it's like this didn't happen when I became his husband. Yeah. It was just like it was a friend of a friend, and we started talking, and we hit it off, and it was just there was no drama, there was none of this great sea of like extraneous things that kept me and that dude from being married. Which we weren't actually married, but he was like we were like Jay and Silent Bob.
Nice.
He was but except we both talked. And we were not as talkative as Jay. Yeah. So we evened out.
Nice.
But he died. He ghosted. The only woman that's ever ghosted me. I mean, the only man who's ever ghosted me. Yeah. But he has an excuse. He was dead.
Oh, shit. I think that one will work on stage. You might have to try it a couple different ways, but yeah, if you haven't tried that one, fucking.
And I know that, like, after he died, that is when, like, and then this other guy died. That was also,
friend?
Two in the span of 6 months.
Damn.
And when they died, I noticed that there were girls that wore like mutual knowns that would talk to me right afterward. It seemed like it would seem like for me to get what's this called, a girlfriend, someone would have to die. And even then it doesn't happen. But it still didn't happen when people die. Yeah. So what extreme things would have to happen?
Man, fucking hurricane,
that's
earthquake,
tsunami,
end of the world,
zombie apocalypse.
Shit, what do you do when you? What's your bomb meal?
Bomb meal?
Yeah, like when you just ate shit and you got to make yourself feel better.
I like General Tso's chicken.
Ooh,
because it's very American. It's not Chinese.
Yes,
but in China they don't have that. It's Americanized Chinese.
Yeah, yes. I've always heard that the New York style Chinese is completely made up.
Totally not Chinese.
Damn,
that's good. It's like syrupy chicken.
Who doesn't love sugar on their chicken?
Yes, very good.
What do you think is the most gluttonous thing you've ever done? Like maybe in one sitting, or maybe a binge you went on.
I would think it would involve something where the thing that came to mind is the Monte Cristo sandwich.
Ooh, that's a good sandwich.
Yeah. So probably something involving that. I've had one of those. It's just pure unhealthy, pure heart clogging unhealthy.
Yeah, just fat.
I always wanted to go to the Heart Attack Grill.
Vegas, right? That one.
Yeah.
I walked by it the one time I was in Vegas. Didn't go in, but I weighed myself on the scale they had out front. They have the whatever. If you're over, I forget what it is. If you're over 300 pounds, you get a burger free or something crazy like
promote it. It's glorifying unhealthiness.
Yeah.
I actually used to be a fat kid.
Yeah, me too. How fat were you?
I was well, probably I wasn't the fat kid. I was a fat kid. I was never the fat kid
Gotcha.
in school, but I was a fat kid. There's always a kid a little bit fatter than, like, there was a fat kid, but I was a fat kid.
Yeah.
And I was a fat kid for a long time. And the reason I'm not fat now is because I had hiatal hernia, which gave me, where I had surgery on it, and it kind of was I would have, every time I'd eat something, I'd have horrible heartburn to the point where I'd throw up. And it seemed like I had bulimia, but I didn't.
Yeah.
It was like I had a hiatal hernia, which means the valve that connects your stomach and your esophagus doesn't close.
Oh.
So I'd have food like acid burn my esophagus all the time. So I had surgery on it, and that surgery, and it also did a little bit of stomach shrinkage.
Nice.
So I don't gain a lot of weight because I get full. I used to be able to eat a lot more than I could.
Yeah.
So it's a much smaller stomach, but it's good because if I didn't have that, I would probably be, with the way unhealthiness, I would either have to be very diety and exercisey, or else I would probably be a lot heavier than I am.
Damn. Well, it kind of worked out then, I guess.
It was like a free gastric bypass.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't free, but it was like it wasn't for weight loss. It was for
lumped in with the.
It's like they put a net in my. And it was worth it because that was like my esophagus would like when I got what's it called, that 26-letter word, not an endoscopy, when they put the camera down but some long word that was that, and it's like it was like burned marks all over my esophagus.
Oh god,
that shit, it like hurt.
How long were you dealing with it before you?
Probably about 2 years, like maybe a year or two.
Yeah. Shit. And was it getting worse?
Yeah.
That's rough.
No, it'd be the point where almost every time I eat something, I'd be throwing up.
Was it worse when you laid down too?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Now I still get a little bit of heartburn, but not nearly as bad.
Yeah. Is there any foods you have to stay away from, or you try to?
Not really. Now it's,
you do spicy shit.
Yeah.
You do tomato sauce and all that.
It's kind of made me think about how, like, when the food's in your stomach, it's like your stomach lining. It doesn't hurt, but when that acid is in, that acid's pretty, that can burn through stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that's like the major problem with bulimia, aside from it just being an unhealthy.
Yeah, that stomach acid is very that burns stuff.
And then pigs, their stomach acid must be incredible because they can eat bones and digest those.
That reminds me of the plague. When this plague was happening, I was thinking about the beak masks.
Oh,
and, during the bubonic plague, and the pigs would eat the corpses on the street.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, they'd have they put pigs would go.
They would bring the pigs in to eat the corpses.
The pigs would go
shit.
It was during those times. It was very the bubonic plague was it had some good artwork. The beak mask, the doctors with the beak mask.
Yeah,
that's all they thought that it was something that you breathed in, but it really wasn't.
And they stuff in the mask.
They put all this stuff. It was one of those things where they didn't know how it actually worked. And usually they used to think that diseases and stuff were caused by evil spirits.
Yeah,
but they learned that that's not true.
Yeah,
but it could be. Some people might still believe it.
Some people definitely still believe it.
Yeah. Or it's punishment for wrongdoing.
Yeah.
But it was really caused by fleas on rats that was carried over. I think I was on a boat.
Yeah.
From some other place. Or was that the coronavirus? Something like that.
It's hard to keep track of all these fucking pandemics.
Isn't it every 100 years or some thing that wipes out a lot of people? There's
it's definitely pretty frequent.
There was the Spanish flu?
Oh yeah, Spanish flu. Yeah, that was about 100 years ago.
Yeah, right? And then there was something 100 years before that. Damn. So and then I think every 50 years or so there's a big war. There's a big war every 50 years, and there's a big plague or pandemic every 100 years.
Yeah, got to keep the population down. It's just nature doing its work.
What if I've seen things what if the bubonic plague never happened? How fucked up the world would be by now?
Oh,
it it would be like really messed up.
Yeah.
And then like what would be different if the Holocaust never happened? Like if what would be different?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like different outcomes for if something didn't happen.
Yeah. Man.
Like you and me would not be here if like say like how long have humans been on the Earth?
Was it like, as humans?
Yeah.
I think we've definitely been human for like maybe 2 million years max, I think.
Say if like 1 million years ago, some dude was walking somewhere and he walked that way, just happened to walk that way instead of that way, you and me would not be here. That's how I think about things. Ooh, like we would have like that dude met some cave woman.
Yeah.
And then that's your great our great ancestors.
Yeah.
And if they did something a little bit different, like you walk that way instead of that way, just arbitrarily.
Yeah.
The whole like all these people would be different, or they might not even be here.
Yeah.
This could be a barren place. This could be like a grassy area, forest. Just because some dude walked over there instead of over there, like a long ass time ago. That's how like it's very interesting to think. That's why time travel, like if we go back in time and like upset one little thing, it'll change the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time travel, I don't think it's possible to manipulate time, like to manipulate something that already happened. Because time is an abstract concept. And I like the thing of like you'd be able to look into if we were very far away and looked at Earth with light traveling, we could see dinosaurs. Like if we were very, very super far away and we looked back at Earth, we could actually see what's already happened. Because the light is still like traveling.
That's crazy.
To how big is the universe?
Man,
it's mind-boggling.
The
universe is pretty big.
So where do you want to be in 5 years? What do you want to be doing?
I was thinking of moving to like Utah or Colorado.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to
kind of like
what for?
Because I've been in Polk County my entire life, and I'm not really here it's not where if I could choose anywhere in the world to live,
it's not.
It wouldn't be
Winter
Polk
Haven,
County.
Florida.
Yeah, it's because it's like I happen to be here. And I think like maybe I might just go like move to like Utah or Colorado or like Arizona.
Nice.
Or one of that area.
Yeah.
So I was just have a new area of mountains and the plains and like. And I've heard from a lot of people that have escaped Florida that they were happy they did it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always wondered because I've been in Florida my whole life.
Yeah, it's like like if I would choose a place, if I had, hey, I can live anywhere, probably not be Florida.
Yeah.
It's just, I just happen to be here.
Would you deal with snow? You like snow? Have you ever?
I hear, the thing about snow is I probably would, after the novelty wears off, I think it would be a pain in the ass, but still, I think I could deal with it. I would like a place that actually has seasons where it's not hot and hotter.
Yeah, hot and hotter.
Because I'm sweating, was it February? This is supposed to be like really cold.
February 1st.
Like I'm sweating in February.
Yeah.
Like it's hot. It's like there was like 2 days where it was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I actually had to put on pants.
I had to put on a jacket. Whoa. Yeah. But then by the time the sun comes out, it's like I'm already hot.
Yeah.
Hot and hotter.
Hot and hotter. That's Florida for you.
You know, the thing I do like about Florida is the Gulf Coast. Not so much the Atlantic. I don't know. The Gulf Coast has some nice sunsets.
It's
I do like the southwest Florida.
Yeah.
Like the Keys and like the places around like Marco Island and Naples.
Okay.
Like the beachy areas. That's pretty nice. Those areas.
Yeah, I've never been down to the Keys actually.
The Keys are nice. I like that aspect of Florida.
Well, shit, man. I think we've done a podcast.
Excellent.
Hell yeah. I'll put in some awesome sound effect.
Like a fart sound effect?
Sure. As the fist bump?
Yeah, or some kind of, or like a...
Do I have to make the fart sound effect myself?
Yeah, with your butt.
With my butt.
Like an actual fart. Not a sound effect, but an actual fart.
An actual fart.
But later, when I'm not here to smell it.
Perfect. I actually tried really hard not to fart in this car today. Just for you.
Here.
You did?
You. I haven't farted here.
Oh,
just for you.
I appreciate it.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah. All right. We'll fucking see you next time. What up, gluttons? Like and subscribe. Check out our guest, Andrew Webster Phillips, and everything he's got going on at Andrew Webster Phillips. That's TikTok. That's Instagram. Look them up on the old Facebook. That's not Philip Andrew Webster. No. That's Andrew Webster Phillips. You can always check out what Half Cash Bowl's got going on at halfcashbowl.com, Half Cash Bowl Records on Instagram, Half Cash Bowl on TikTok. We got a Facebook. Twitter's kind of dead. Bye.